Fight my colossal metal ass! Pacific Rim.
Hey, welcome back. This is the review for Pacific Rim. First thing I will say, this movie was awesome. Even if you're an adult, it makes you feel like you're that young teenager seeing something amazing for the first time on screen and thinking, okay, that's cool. Guillermo del Toro has a very good track record of what he's made, and this does not break his track record at all. As many of you know, this movie's about giant robots fighting alien invaders that are also very giant. Del Toro does a very good job making the robots and the aliens look huge. The official thing says they're about 250 feet tall. They looked even taller. It was fun in this movie to see some people that we know from different movies like Hellboy, Heimdall, and Art. Although I really felt like Art looked a lot like J.J. Abrams, so I'll just refer to him as J.J. Abrams. It had a very interesting story. The robots are controlled by people's brains, but they're too powerful for one person's brain, so it takes two pilots, and as a side effect, their brains become kind of mind melded, similar to the Vulcan mind meld. That opens it up for a lot of very, very good storytelling.
Two pilots. Our minds, our memories connected, and man and machine become one.
Towards the end of the movie, I leaned over to my wife and said, this movie's music is done by the same guy that did Iron Man. Looked for his name in the credits, and sure enough, I went home, looked it up, and this guy, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, he did indeed do the music for Iron Man and Pacific Rim. Listen to this. Now, is this not awesome? My wife and I went to see this movie in IMAX. If you've never been to an IMAX movie, listen to this. IMAX is the ultimate movie experience. I went and saw the greatest film ever made when it had an IMAX re-release, and it was the best movie viewing experience I've ever had, even though it was a movie I was very, very familiar with. The thing that bothered me, though, was the fact that this movie was, to watch it in IMAX, it was only available in IMAX 3D. It would have been great if I was able to view it without the 3D, but they left me no choice. Which really sucked, because this movie was converted to 3D in post-production, which I have never seen go over well. One thing that I'm looking forward to, very excitedly, is the upcoming Star Wars movie. And one thing I would love to do with that movie is to go see it at its midnight release in 2015 in IMAX. The problem is, I am very certain that Disney will make J.J. Abrams do it in 3D. I love Star Wars, but I would love to see it in IMAX, but I do not want to see it in 3D. 3D just makes me angry, and it makes it so that I can't enjoy my IMAX movies anymore. 3D in IMAX is just horrible. And I hope a lot of people who see this agree with me. I was telling some of my friends about my frustrations with IMAX and their insistence on watching movies in 3D, and one of my friends commented to me and said, you know, Cinemark does this thing called XD that's exactly the same but without the 3D. I had never heard of XD up until this friend told me about it, so I hope to experience it soon. I found a theater that offers XD very close to some family members of mine, and so hopefully I'll get to experience that soon. My personal opinion is that unless it was filmed with one of these, with two lenses, I don't need to see it in 3D. When a movie is filmed with one lens, we should only be viewing it through one camera angle instead of two. Back to the original subject, Pacific Rim is great. I would say everybody above the age of 8 should be able to watch Pacific Rim. There are a couple parts that are may just be a little bit scary, but there's nothing sexual in the movie. There's very little foul language. And in terms of the quality of the movie, I would have to give it a very solid 80. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned here for our next review, which will be for The Wolverine. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll get some pictures of people coming up to me and getting pictures with me as a character. Alright, catch you later.